Angry Birds, classic. When smartphones first became popular, this was one of the games almost everyone had installed. The idea was simple. Tiny birds were launched across colorful levels to destroy towers and knock down pigs hiding inside. Yet the physics made every stage feel satisfying. People replayed levels for hours trying to earn perfect scores. During the early 2000s, it became part of mobile culture itself. Posters, toys, cartoons, and even school notebooks carried the characters. Over time, newer versions slowly replaced the original feeling, and many players remember the first game as something tied closely to the beginning of touchscreen gaming. Temple Run. This game helped define the endless runner genre on phones. The player controlled an explorer sprinting through jungle ruins, while dark creatures chased behind him. Swiping the screen to jump, turn, or slide felt fast and natural in a way that seemed new at the time. Mobile gaming before this often felt small and limited, but Temple Run created tension and movement that felt almost cinematic. For many people, it was the first phone game that caused panic during close escapes. Even now, its soundtrack and environment still remind people of old buses, school breaks, and long evenings holding early smartphones. Fruit Ninja. The entire game revolved around slicing fruit flying across the screen. Watermelons exploded into juice, bananas spun through the air, and bombs instantly ended a run if touched. It looked simple, but the smooth swiping mechanics made it strangely addictive. The game became famous during the era when people first enjoyed touchscreen controls simply because they felt satisfying. Fruit Ninja also appeared everywhere in public spaces, from tablets in stores to arcade machines years later. Many older mobile players still remember hearing the sharp slicing sound effect repeatedly during the early smartphone years. Jetpack Joyride. This side-scrolling game followed a man flying through a laboratory with stolen experimental jetpacks. Unlike endless runners that focused on jumping, Jetpack Joyride turned movement into smooth floating and dodging. The game mixed humor with chaos. Scientists flew across the screen, missiles suddenly appeared, and strange vehicles changed gameplay every few seconds. The bright art style and fast pacing helped it stand out during a period filled with simple mobile games. Even though it once dominated app stores, newer audiences rarely talk about it today compared to more modern online games. Flappy Bird. Few mobile games disappeared as suddenly as this one. The player tapped the screen to keep a tiny bird floating between green pipes. The controls sounded easy, but the difficulty frustrated millions of people. Phones were slammed onto tables. Friends competed for scores during class or lunch breaks. Videos of angry reactions spread across the internet almost overnight. Then, just as the game became one of the most downloaded apps in the world, its creator removed it completely. That disappearance made it feel almost mythical. Many people still remember the strange period when everyone seemed obsessed with tapping a tiny bird through impossible gaps. Subway Surfers. This endless runner focused on a teenager escaping through train tracks while collecting coins and dodging obstacles. Its colorful city backgrounds constantly changed through updates, giving the game a feeling of endless travel. Unlike darker mobile games from the same era, Subway Surfers felt energetic and bright. The smooth animations and quick movement worked well even on weaker phones, which helped the game spread across the world. For years, it remained one of the games almost guaranteed to appear on someone's device, especially among younger players. Even today, clips of the gameplay are often used in internet videos because the movement feels hypnotic and familiar. Doodle Jump. At first glance, it looked almost unfinished. The character was a tiny green creature hopping endlessly upward across graph paper platforms, but the simple style became part of its charm. Players tilted their phones carefully while avoiding monsters and falling into empty space. Before advanced graphics became common on phones, Doodle Jump proved that a creative idea alone could keep people entertained. It became one of the defining games of the early App Store period. Many players who used older iPods or early Android devices remember spending hours trying to beat personal records late at night. Cut the Rope. This puzzle game followed a small green creature named Om Nom who waited for candy hanging from ropes. Players cut the ropes in the correct order so the candy would swing into his mouth. The physics puzzles felt relaxing instead of stressful, and the little creature's reactions made the game memorable. During the height of mobile puzzle games, Cut the Rope stood out because it combined logic with personality. It also reflected a time when many phone games focused on short levels perfect for quick sessions during travel or school breaks. Talking Tom Cat. This game was less about gameplay and more about interaction. A cartoon cat repeated whatever people said in a high-pitched voice while reacting to touches on the screen. At the time, this felt strangely futuristic to younger audiences. Families passed phones around laughing at repeated phrases or funny reactions. The app became especially popular among children during the early years of smartphones. Over time, the character expanded into a much larger franchise, but many people still remember the original simple app that felt oddly magical for its time. Poe was a tiny alien-like creature players needed to feed, clean, and take care of every day. It reflected the popularity of virtual pet games during mobile gaming's early years. The design looked simple and low budget compared to larger games, yet millions downloaded it because of its relaxing routine. Players customized their Poe, played small mini-games, and watched it slowly level up over time. For many younger players, it became part of their daily habits after school. Even now, screenshots of the game instantly bring back memories of old phones, cracked screens, and simple afternoons spent checking on a virtual pet.